Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today from whatever you are in the world. We appreciate your having you here today. As Mohan said, this is a learning session, bilateral learning session. We'll be sharing. You will see some of our customers as well on the agenda. So I spend about 20 minutes or less talking about the AWS Automotive and Industry Business Unit. And I am Karen Langona, and I lead strategy and business development for this specific business unit. And we can jump, already said who I am. The next one, please. Okay, so at AWS for the last 3 to 4 years, we have been focusing on industry, learning more about our customers, their pain points, and working backwards from them. The intent of this slide is to show that we serve multiple and different industries. You can see some of logo of our customers that allow us to advertise that they partner with us on their cloud journey. And you see that we can work from energy to travel and hospitality, telecom, healthcare. We support public sector. So you have the Department of Defense running workloads on our cloud. We also serve our financial services customers, auto manufacturing, CPG, and I could include more industries, but the idea is to show the main ones that we have been working with, and not only on as a cloud infrastructure perspective, but solving problems that are important to their industry, to really working with the line of business and solving their problems through technology. And as you can see in auto manufacturing, we do have a collection of not only automakers and manufacturers, we also work with tier one suppliers, with dealer management systems, and any of the services, any startups that play into that ecosystem as well. Thank you. Next one, please. And as I said, since in the last 3 years, the great focus was AWS created a division called AWS Industries, and we are organized in business units. And why does it matter? Because it means the people who work on those business units, they come from the industry. They really understand the various pieces or the ecosystem of the industry, and they also work within the cloud space. So it's a combination of the business needs and the technology needs that come together to solve the problems. We have the 6 industries, and this year we are brewing 2 more. So we have gaming and CPG coming up to speed to become a fully dedicated business units with people like myself and others in the partners organization, in the technology organization, in the sales organizations that really talk about how the industry operates. Okay, next one, please. And we, as I said, in our industry, automotive manufacturing, we do work with automakers and manufacturers. You saw on the slide number 2. We work with tier 1 and suppliers because their problems could be the same but different. We have a lot of startups working with us, running simulations on our cloud, helping us to better define new silicon or chipsets that would be important to that kind of work. Just one example. We also work, as I said, with the dealer systems, how we support them, service centers, if these are the case. So really focusing on different customers, but it's still part of the same industry. Next one, please. And what, if you ask me the question, why is AWS different? So there are 3 dimensions here. One, we are really focused on industry, and we hire people intentional coming from the industry. So people working in my teams, they have spent time with Schneider, with Siemens, with Ford, with GM, just to give a few examples. So they come from the industry. It's really intentional to not only think about cloud, but cloud in the context of the industry. Secondly, we try to develop what you call solutions that are developed or made to solve problems for the industry, or how to collaborate, put our Lego pieces together in a way that you solve industry problems. And you will have two examples today on the agenda with Wireless Car and Continental. They will be talking about industry-specific solutions that they used to solve a problem. And we do spend time with our partners because it's very important to have a strong partner ecosystem. So 75% of our partners, their headquarters is outside of the United States to highlight our global presence. And by working with partners, we are able to serve the customers who are truly builders, but still need a hand here or there. We are able to serve ecosystems such as the automotive space. When you are doing vehicle development testing, it's quite complex. You have a broad set of tools that you can be using, meaning a lot of partners. So we also partner with our partners to help them on their journey to the cloud, to make their solutions easily available for our customers. For example, bringing their products into our AWS marketplace that allows them an easy access, an easier way to bill the usage of the marketplace. So these three dimensions are really what makes AWS unique, not only for automotive, but from an industry perspective as well. We help to address the complexity by working in these three dimensions. Okay, next one, please. And the way we see our industry, this is one of the slides that I really like because we bring all it together. We look at the industry and we divide it in domains or strategic workloads that they require different expertise. So always started, and I could start anywhere, but I would start in the product creation. So when we are talking about product design and innovation or product engineering, and if you're thinking about moving the development from more mechanical and real world examples, you can move it into what we call virtual engineering. You are relying more on digital models. You are relying more on digital twin, which is quite a loaded word. You are relying more on simulations. You are relying more on the cloud can offer you the same chipset that your vehicle or your jet engine is going to have. So it really expands the possibility to, while you are creating new products, to test new materials, for example. If you change the materials, what is the impact on your product? Once you know the parts that will go into that car or into that smart refrigerator, for example, what happens if you source the parts from different locations around the globe? What is the impact on cost? What is the risk, but also the impact on your emissions or carbon footprint? So the digital engineering allows you to really be faster to go to market, explore a lot of different possibilities for your product in many ways, in the design, in the materials, in sourcing, in cost. So you can do all that analysis. Let's say now you are all set for a new vehicle, a new platform that you are bringing to the market. You have done all that analysis. The next step is where to manufacture, and do you need to change any of your manufacturing facilities to accommodate that new product? And again, you can rely on the power of the cloud or the software to simulate. Going back to digital twin, you can have a digital twin that is a replica of your product, like a replica of your car or a replica of your smart printer. And you can have a digital twin of your operations. So all the robots, the production line that you have on the shop floor, you can have that as a replica on the cloud. So another digital twin, and you can simulate the operations. You can simulate, for example, the supply chain that you are relying on if you are considering to manufacture that product in multiple locations. So all these analyses will help you decide where do you invest, where do you start manufacturing the products, what is the cost to change the manufacturing line to accommodate the new product. And then once you are all set, so you define, okay, I'm going to start with this first plant in Alabama, and then I will expand to South America, just an example. So you know when you started, and then you bring your product to market. So you can rely a lot on sales and marketing. We have Amazon advertisement that can help you. We have clean rooms to allow sharing data across internal teams, but also from external sources, such as supply chain, for example. And then you bring the product to market, and these are connected products. So if you're talking about a car is connected. It can send data to the cloud. If you're talking about a jet engine or a smart printer, as I said, they can also send data to the cloud. You can assess the data from a product perspective. For example, what is the battery life? How is the recharging happening for an electric vehicle? What are the parts that you are observing to have more tear throughout the life cycle of the vehicle? But you can also assess the customer experience. Is the customer using more feature A and has never used feature B? What should you do with feature B, for example? Are you bringing to market any feature that you could charge for extra to give a different experience to your customer? Are you allowing your customer to customize your product to a certain degree, which is something very desirable today, desired by the user base, the customers that we have in both of these industries? So the amount of data that you collect, it can also be used to support your aftermarket. For example, if you have a recall, you might be able to solve it through software. If you are doing analysis on the parts that are being replaced with more frequency, you can trace back to the suppliers that provided to the materials that you have on those parts. And then you basically close the cycle, because as you learn more about the product utilization, the parts that you are replacing or how they are being used, then you can feed the new development of new products. So you really close the cycle. And what you see in the middle, which is very important, is all based on data. So in each one of these stages or domains, you are based on data that you either consume or you generate. And that data used to be used mostly for machine learning, BI, and analytics. But in the recent years, the last 2 years, we also have generative AI. And this one of the successes to thrive and being able to have a generative AI in production is the data. If you have the data available, you are able to customize your models. You are able to drive experiences that within the context of your product. So the data is really, really key. And by having all these examples that I gave you as digital, your ability to collect and have the data available, it's what we call the data gravity. And if you give one more click, Mohan, I think we'll show all the, yes, I want to highlight where AWS, because although I represent AWS, we have many other parts from the Amazon business. As I mentioned, Amazon Ads. You could have Amazon Alexa in your vehicle, and you can talk to Alexa from your vehicle. So today you can find Alexa in vehicles from GM, Mercedes, BMW are examples of OEMs that have partnered with us. And they have partnered with us sometimes in 2 domains. You are able to talk to Alexa, your digital assistant, about anything not car related, or you are able to talk to BMW with anything related to the car. And that assistant for BMW is what we call Alexa Custom Assistant. So the automakers are able to partner with us to have a custom assistant that leverages all the LLM, all the knowledge that we acquired throughout the years. There are other examples here as well. As you can see, there is the Prime Video that we can have as part of the entertainment, the sustainability that we have, the goals that we have, that we can partner with automakers because they also have their goals. So it's really a value chain of how we come into the industry and pieces that we can help you to succeed. Okay? And this is just so that slide, although shows in an image as an ecosystem, this is just the same view. Like when we come to the industry today, I'm able to talk to you in all of these 8 domains, meaning we have experts, we have technical experts, we have partners that are able to talk to you in any of these 8 domains. And they cover 100% of both industries. So as I mentioned already, product engineering, smart manufacturing, supply chain, sustainability, something across, because you can think of sustainability in production with less water, optimizing energy consumption. You can also think the electrification part of the sustainability, which is developing and maintaining electric vehicles and charging network. Autonomous mobility, which encompasses driver assist technology, so provide features that makes easier for the driver, safer for the driver, but also develop technology towards a level 3, level 4, or level 5 autonomy. Digital customer experience, which encompasses any of the apps that we today use. So you drive a car, but you have an app that can lock and unlock the door. It can tells you the tire pressure without you going next to the car. It can also be how you sell your product. So B2C, we have a lot of customers now selling directly to the consumer. And even Amazon, if you I do have one slide about it, but I can already mention, will we start offering vehicles online? So Hyundai is our first partner, starting in Q2 of this year, where you will be able to leverage our expertise and experience on e-commerce to sell vehicles through the dealer network. The connected mobility, that could be a connected car or a connected device, and the software define everything. And I left that for the last one because it's really the transformation of the industry. Not only, as I covered in the previous slide, everything you do to bring a product to market based on software and simulation and cloud, but the products that are coming to market they have a high content of software. This is the reason we say software defined everything. It could be a car, it could be any of the examples, a smart dishwasher, a smart refrigerator, your smart thermostat. The level of complexity, it can be higher or lower. If you say a smart thermostat, it's a very small software update, not too many complex features, versus a car with a software update that can compromise the movement of the car, the safety features. But the concept of the products that are coming to market, they are software driven, they require testing and automation, they have to comply with regulatory aspects depending on the region. It is where cloud really brings a benefit. And again, you can see our differentiation based on recent announcements. So in the last 3 months, if you saw in the news, we have now Qualcomm AI 100 chipset available on AWS data centers. Meaning, if you are developing a vehicle or any other device that where Qualcomm is your supplier for your HMI or for your driver assist technology or for your automation platform, you can develop your software, test, run simulations, because what you have on the cloud is a true replica of what you have in the product. So this is what we tend to call cloud parity. So we are really providing on the cloud a parity of what you have in your product. And once you completed your checklist of all the tests through CD automation of your deployment pipeline, you are able to bring that executable into your product. So it's something very unique, different, and we are on that journey not alone. As I said, Qualcomm is one example from a hardware perspective. We have other partners with us, and I can even mention Continental CAD is another example of our partners with us in this journey of a software-defined everything. Okay, so this gives you a little bit of how we operate as an industry. And I have just a few more slides where I want to go back to the data topic. And start by sharing a few stats here. So the manufacturing industry generates the largest amount of data of any industry in the world. It's 2 times as much data as the second one, which is government. And this is based on a study done by Deloitte from last year. So a lot of data coming out of the manufacturing industry. And it encompasses all kinds of production, not only in the automotive space, it could be in other industries that are manufacturers. 51% that are seeking smart production or moving into smart manufacturing through industrial IoT, for example, they do see AI, artificial intelligence, as their first choice when you are seeking to have a smarter, I should say, because today they are already smart production. And from a data perspective from vehicles, 117 exabytes, it's the amount of data they believe connected vehicle data will generate by 2027. So really, really great, enormous amount of data for you to decide what does really matter to me and how can I leverage this data to better run my business, to better develop products that will meet the customer needs. And then this is exactly how we do at AWS and Amazon. We call ourselves a data-driven organization, and our customers are also on their journey of becoming a data-driven organization. And what is common to any of these organizations starts with the culture. So you allow the data to become available to others. You empower people by having the access to the data, meaning your business and your technology are aligned, meaning technology brings the data, but the business through governance allows the access to. The people and process, so people know where they can get the data, how they can get the data, there are processes to request that, so it really truly supports. And the technology is just an enabler or a multiplier of that equation. And we can see this equation, so culture, people, and process, and technology as a multiplier on my next slide, where I have a couple of examples of success stories based on data or the data-driven impact that they collect. So Salesforce is one of our customers and partner as well. They run their platform, their Customer 360 on AWS. So you know that the way they group their data allows the customers to take advantage of it. We are ourselves, through our Amazon business, we have our supply transformation, and our learnings are becoming products available to customers. So if you search about AWS supply chain, it is a product that our customers can use, which is the result of our own learnings. You can think about different industries. For example, the NFL, for the ones who really like football, they give a lot of real-time stats or prediction models. Will that player do A versus B? So it's a modern application that uses a lot of data with not a complexity of the hardware, but it highlights another data-driven business impact for the fans' experience. BMW, it's a good case where they start their journey on making the data available to over 6,000 developers, and they keep growing that number, meaning bringing the power of data to develop new future products. In a completely different industry for GoDaddy, they really use the power of data to decrease the number of frauds that they were observing and to reduce the risk. And in healthcare life science, where the product development cycle is very long, they saw cost optimization by the way they brought technology in the use of data. So different cases, but all based on how you have the data and you leverage it. And another thing that makes AWS unique is to really partner with our customers in their industry transformation. So on the left side of the slide, it's the announcement we made last year in November with Hyundai. They chose AWS as their cloud of choice to support their digital transformation around the globe. They will be selling their cars starting on Q2 on Amazon.com, on Amazon Cars. They partner with us on their Amazon ads, so they do use Amazon advertisement. And they also are helping us to explore different ways to use hydrogen or electric vehicles on our fleet of last mile or middle mile. The other example is Siemens, which it is a partner. They do offer their solutions on marketplace, but they're also our customers. And when we think about Siemens, usually people say it's a very traditional industry, but they have been transforming themselves so much by the power of cloud that they were on a stage this year opening up CES. And they invited AWS, as you can see on the image, to join them to validate how we together can democratize new, not only software, but in this case, generative AI. So these just two examples where we partner with our customers on their journey, and we are happy to be part of that transformation. Okay, so this is an overview how we operate in the business unit, how we see the industry, as I try to convey in the value chain, but also on the 8 areas. How we partner with the multiple industries, and data is at the center, and this defines the success for generative AI.